everybody, welcome back to Edina Vlog. I'm your host Josh Sprague with Edina Realty in Edina, Minnesota. We're sitting here at the beautiful Lake Cornelia Fishing Pier, which was generously donated by Edina Realty and a number of other collaborating entities. Have a great show for you today, episode 30. Thanks for sticking with us, all our fans out there. I've got a great business tour of Cafe Inc., a new business and a new business model in Edina. We have a neighborhood tour of the Lake Cornelia neighborhood, Facebook question of the week, market news, and a lot of great other things, so come along. This week's neighborhood tour is in a fantastic neighborhood called Lake Cornelia. This is a place that I live. You can see here on the official neighborhood map of Edina. It's one of 45 neighborhoods. This one, just everything that's north of 70th Street, between 70th Street, Highway 62, and then on the east and west bound by France Avenue and Highway 100. Now this neighborhood is loaded with amenities. You have Lake Cornelia with all the walking trails and nature paths. You've got Roslyn Park. You've got tennis courts at that complex. You've got the Edina Aquatic Center. You have Arneson Acres, and coming just in the near future, you'll have access to 9 Mile Creek Trail, the regional trail, that will be just south of this location. Take a look at the map here. You can see the future alignment for the 9 Mile Creek Trail. That will connect Cornelia residents to about 125 miles of current regional trails, and they have 400 miles of trails planned for the future. So it's going to be a game-changing amenity for the area. Now in this neighborhood, about 30 homes sell a year. Actually in 2012, 30 homes sell a year out of the total of 650 homes. Mainly ramblers, a few multi-level splits, and 2 stories as well. In 2013, 20 sales, so a drop of about 30% in the supply levels. And again, as with the rest of Edina and the Twin Cities, the lack of supplies was raising the prices. So you'll see in this neighborhood from 2012 to 2013, a median price rose from $500,000 to $533,000. Price per square foot rose from $150 a square foot to about $163 a square foot. And through this year, we have 8 sales year to date, and we're looking at about $167 a square foot. So it's good news for the neighborhood and for the area. Bad news for people looking for homes because we have such a restricted amount of supply. And this is, again, one of the best neighborhoods in Edina. On to our Facebook question of the week, which is, what are you planning for your summer remodeling project? Well, we got decks, we got backyard additions, we got paver patios. I think a lot of the concepts uniting these responses is this idea of an outdoor living room space. Take a look at the graphic here. You'll get an idea of what's really popular and trendy right now. People are trying to bring the indoors to the out for the short summers that we have here, especially after this long winter. So I want to thank everybody for contributing to this Facebook question of the week. Of course, you can join us for the conversation at facebook.com/Josh1Sprague. So for this year, prices again up 10% in the Twin Cities year to date. Now in Edina, year end last year, prices were up 1 to 2%, but with sales down 10% this year. That's right, 10%. Median price has risen accordingly. We're up to, I think, 13% year to date on our median price increases, and I'm sure at the end of the year we should end up somewhere in that 5 to 10% median price increase range. Let me talk about the pace of the market for $1 million plus home sales in Edina. 2012 we had 59 sales, 2013 66, so about a 10% increase. This year we're at 21, so it looks like the pace has slowed down somewhat. Guess what? About 50% of the $1 million plus home sales are happening in the northeast quadrant as people flock to the walkability and the bikeability and the close retail and the urban core feel of northeast Edina. So we would expect that trend to continue into the future. Overall though, again, prices are looking healthy. We need more supply in the future to get to a more balanced market, I think, for sellers and for buyers. Hey there.
Hey Josh, how are you?
Good to see you.
Great to see you as well.
Well, I am pleased to have our Spotlight Business of the Month, Cafe Inc. here in Edina with partner and general manager Chet Funk.
Thank you.
We're going to talk a little bit about this exciting business model and get a rundown of the location. So let's step over. So, first of all, when I walked into the space, man, I was so blown away just by the aesthetic. Yes. It is the coolest fit and finish. I love the architecture and the colors in the room. So I just want to say thank you for
Well, you can thank Perkins and Will. They did a fantastic
Perkins
job.
and Will never does a bad job. So tell us a little bit about this business model and how you got involved personally.
How I got involved.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm kind of the young guy on the team, so it's actually a group and a pretty large backing behind this team. So everybody from Perkins and Will is a partner, an equity holder in it. Fluid Interiors is a company in town, so they furnished it with all Hayworth furnishings. So another big partner, Englishman Construction and Innovative Office Solutions, and then a board of gentlemen and women that are more on the tail end of their careers that are very experienced, from retail backgrounds to startups to IPOs. So my role within the company is really an owner representation. Right out of school, I went to the U of M in town here for business, and I came out and worked for one of the co-founders in their company when the ideation of caffeine came to be. And I raised my hand and said, "I'll write a business plan," and here we are a couple years later with a few months into the location.
That's great. So you got to jump right into your passion, and I know with the millennials and the next generation, this idea of collaboration and flexible workspaces is really salient. Tell me a little bit about how you've seen that develop in the marketplace.
Yeah, millennials, obviously a lot of people talk about that. That is a growing trend. How I went to college is maybe different than, I won't say you, but somebody older than you went to college. But
probably me, because we sat in the lecture hall, there was no online, it was very traditional.
Exactly. Just the notion of cube becoming a four-letter word for a lot of people within this, as well as not just that, but it's really the underutilization of real estate is the largest draw. I mean, a few years ago, the advent of security around cloud computing, truly any mobile employee can do their job anywhere at any time. And you're facing, a lot of companies are facing vacancy rates well north of 50% at their peak time of those big office spaces, which just doesn't make economical sense in the long run. So when you can cost compare, $169 a month gives you unlimited access to a space like this versus spending $12,000 a year on an empty cubicle that's empty half the time, and the other half the time they don't even like working there. It's for some companies, not every one of them we get that, but for some companies it's a no-brainer.
Definitely the bricks and mortar is not as important as it used to be. So tell me about how this would work for a normal business person. Explain the monthly subscription model, things like that.
Well, we have lots of different.
So I'm a real estate agent.
I know.
I'm barely going to my office anymore.
Why do you do it?
I don't. Dropbox, Evernote. I mean, I don't have to go in it. And now we have AuthentiSign electronic signatures. I don't need it.
Get out of there, man.
Exactly. But so how does this work for, say, someone, a professional or somebody who wants to come in and pay for the service? What do they get?
Well, a few different membership plans. So we say basically we can tailor that membership to anybody's needs. So on a bare minimum, quite a few real estate agents like this is a flex membership program. It's $49 a month. Monday through Friday gives you unlimited access after 4 p.m. and then unlimited access on the weekends as well. So a lot of meetings for whether you're a real estate agent
after work when the car clients get off.
Yeah, people who are moonlighting seem to love it. You also get 20% off for any additional day passes or the conference room bookings throughout the space. We could talk a while about that, but it's a great deal. So just being a member.
You get the evening and the weekend space. You can come in here, you can bring clients, whatever. Obviously we have Maker's Cafe, which is this incredible idea of having food and drink and beverage and this entertainment service, hospitality service next door. But for the basic membership, if you needed a conference room, you'd have to, it'd be a la carte. Okay.
With a discount. And the rates are, I mean, for a conference room that it fits 2 to 4 people is $10 an hour.
Okay.
So highly affordable rates at that. So then our most popular membership is the Pro plan. That's $169 a month, and it gives you unlimited access to all the open workstations. Simply put, anything that doesn't have an iPad or a closed door is an open workstation. So we have ones that still have TV monitors for your displays and meeting spaces that you don't have to book or reserve. And then the last membership is the executive. That's $249 a month. Unlimited access 7 days a week, and it comes with a $225 credit towards all those conference rooms. So the middle package, you don't get a credit towards any conference rooms. It's more you get the daytime use. Unlimited access.
With the executive, you get conference credit space. So for somebody who needs more of that collaborative, larger conference room space as opposed to just the internet access and the cubicles or the tables, they would probably go on the executive plan.
Yeah, if you plan on hosting more than 2 meetings here, you're going to be well off with the exec. It's a great deal. And then the last, we allow with both that pro and the executive, similar to a cell phone model. You can buy in and add additional lines, so to speak. So for $99 a month, you can add other lines that get unlimited access to the space, and you all share that pool of conference room points.
So every time I'm here, it seems like it's reasonably full. What are the peak hours that you've seen so far with your customers?
We track it every half hour. So, so it depends on what day you ask. It's very interesting to watch that. We've been really watching that, but it seems to be 10 a.m. Not everybody gets out of bed that early that comes to work here. So
I'm self-employed.
There we go.
All right.
10 a.m. seems to be a natural peak, and then even into that 1 to 2 p.m. those hours, and then it starts tapering in the early morning and evenings. So,
what has been the response from your customers, and what do you have planned for the future for the cafe?
Great question. We have been thrilled with the response. So we opened in mid-February.
Yep.
Tough time to open retail. We understand that.
How was it the ribbon cutting?
I appreciate that about you. But we got a lot of great press, and we're on trajectory to basically fill it out by the end of the summer, early fall.
Wow.
So a lot of great response from that. We do have more locations planned for the Twin Cities.
Great.
Looking at a couple leases right now that one would have the potential for sure to be open yet in 2014.
Yep.
So planning on...
but it's hard to get a location where you can have this. I mean, this is really special that you can have this.
Yeah, so they're not a dime a dozen out there. You gotta search. So, but we've been fortunate enough where the concept has been well enough received where actually some building owners have been calling us saying, hey, we got a great space for you. We'd love to find a way to make it work for a cafe. So many value adds for these types of space, particularly in like a downtown area, for example, where it can add a lot of energy to a building. So.
Well, the model reflects how people are doing business today.
Yes, that's the way.
The technology is freeing us from that bricks and mortar and those specific locations more and more. So I love it.
Appreciate it.
So tell me, I always ask everybody this: what do you like most about doing business in Edina?
Oh, you can't go wrong in Edina. The people are great. Customers have been fantastic. I should say our members. They're just pleasant people to work with, and for all the reasons of the demographics, to test out a concept, Edina seems to be an innovative place that they well receive new concepts, new ideas, and are willing to try things. So
that's what I like to hear, an innovative place that receives new ideas well. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the information, and as always, we wish you the greatest of successes here in this location.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Now, before I let you go, I failed to mention during the Cornelia segment that Cornelia is my area of expertise. Take a look at these 3 recent sales from the Lake Cornelia side of things. The first one on 70th, next one on Roycar, and then the next one on Southdale Road. In addition to those, I just closed on 7000 West Shore, sold for over list price. You can see it here. So again, I just want to remind you, if you need help in the Edina market, I'm your guy. Call anytime. For the rest of you, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here on the next episode of Edina Vlog.